Okay. So we're talking about the weather in Florida.
In Florida. I remember my mother and I, we were down in Anna Maria Island and decided to go get a pedicure, because you're at the beach. And so we go into the pedicure place and we're sitting there. I've got on shorts and I may have had on a long sleeve shirt because it did get down below 70, but it wasn't it was still bright, sunshiny Florida weather. And this one girl came in and legit had on a puffer jacket and some Uggs.
She's a local.
Yes, she's a local. And I remember looking at my mom and I was like, I'm cold-natured, but that's dramatic.
You're being a bit dramatic girlfriend.
That's a little dramatic. I mean,
that's a little bit.
Yep, you can tell the locals. It gets below 70, and we're like with the jeans and the shoes and the jacket.
Yeah. I actually was kind of shocked that she owned a puffer jacket and some Uggs in Florida.
Right.
If I lived there, I don't think I would. Yeah.
How would you describe your best day? A light jacket.
Oh, the perfect day.
The perfect day.
April 25th.
April 20th,
It's not too hot. It's not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Okay. And moving on.
Well, secretly, we're all hoping that somebody trips and falls. Oh, wait. I've already done that.
This congeniality. I even know that one. That
I told you girls when we got the AMBO what happened, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, because we've never really gone into the whole details of the AMBO. We're just getting little bits and pieces as we go.
So we know a lot, but
so
it
is funny. It is really funny. And especially later, it got funnier. And I thought about Miss Congeniality. So I was very careful. We went to the airport in Minneapolis to drop off the rental car. And then coming out of there, obviously he couldn't take the AMBO up the garage.
Yeah.
And because it's big. And so I went and told him, I'll meet you down by the bus parking where, you get the terminal parking for all the buses that come in and take you to the wherever. And I'll find you somewhere down there. So I'm on the phone.
Shouldn't be hard to find.
Right. Shouldn't be hard to find. And
it's an ambulance.
It's an ambulance. It's a giant rescue rig. So I'm on the phone with him. And I said, I don't see you anywhere out here. Just flip your lights real quick. Because then I would see the bloop. And I would know where to walk towards. And he was behind a barrier. So I couldn't see it. But I was being very, very careful. Because you have all these buses. And they're coming in. And I don't want to be hit by a bus. So I did not.
And they whip in fast.
Right. Because they're expecting everybody to be lined up on that sidewalk that they're picking up. So I'm being very careful, and I take the sidewalk the entire way. And I didn't cross across. I followed it. And, they have the little dip downs for bicycles, wheelchairs, your suitcase, whatever. I take that across to the next sidewalk, and I walk that sidewalk down. See the ambulance. I'm like happy. I'm smiling. And I take the last little dip down. And apparently there was a little piece of the concrete that went right into that dip. I hit it with my foot and I ate the freaking ground.
Tori go boom.
Tori go boom.
Tori go boom.
Oh, you beat me.
And we've talked about it before on this show. So these things right here, that's $50K.
Yeah, mine are 10 just for the front four.
So I was slow motion going down, and all I could think is, don't hit my teeth. Don't hit my face. Two reasons.
You fall like
one,
this.
I don't want to break
I'll bust
these.
up my arm before I bust up my teeth.
Exactly. I don't want to bust these, but I'm also thinking those implants probably hurt way worse than your real teeth.
Yeah, probably.
Because each one of your teeth is individual. So
and that's one whole thing.
And this is all one piece now.
That's like drilled in set.
into my jaw. So I'm like,
oh.
and this is all going through my head.
It's funny how much can go through your head as you're falling.
Understand that.
It's amazing how much
can go through your head.
How much can go through your head in like a millisecond as you're falling. So I did put both my arms out, which you've been taught, don't do that. Because you can break your
Wrists,
hands,
arms,
whatever.
You're like, I'll break both arms before I break my face.
Damn
Absolutely.
straight.
Absolutely.
And I went down now luckily I kind of went down like this because I hit
Did you
both
kind of like
hit with boobs first.
I hit both my knees and then my
Did your pillows, your blow up pillows?
no, because I braced my hands and I hit with my knees and my hands. So this part and they went up. So like this whole part hurt really bad for days. Now, switch it. That was my perspective. I'm seeing the ambulance and what my husband says is he's in the driver's seat and he's smiling and he's watching me walk across and he goes, and there you were coming and then you were gone. He's like,
where'd she go? I blinked.
and then he realized, oh shit, that means she fell. And he jumps out of the ambulance, runs over to where I am, and I'm crying like a little bitch on the ground. It hurts. You know, the whole thing.
Well, yeah, it hurts.
So he's down kind of on his knees, kind of, you know, and he's got a blue, like, sweatshirt thing. So it kind of might look like he's a medic or something. And he's got a red hat on. And I'm down on the ground. There is an ambulance literally right next to me. And a car pulls up. And of course, I'm
Mortified.
And a car pulls up. Is everything okay? Do you need? He's like, no, I got it. It's all right. And he just kind of looks at the ambulance like, I got this. And I'm thinking to myself, well, at least we have a gurney. Because like if he can't get me up, if I can't get up, or I can't get up the steps, I mean,
Yeah.
like he could literally put me on the gurney. We both know how to use one.
Yeah.
And he could put me in the ambulance.
Yeah.
I'm like, and take me to the hospital. I'm like, how does that one work when you pull into the ER? And all this shit is going through my head because I don't know if I've broken something. I'm hurting really bad. Finally get up into the ambulance. And I do think of secretly we want to watch somebody trip and fall. I'm like, but wait, I've already done that. You know, because every time somebody's getting in or out of it, the first thing out of Steve's mouth is, be careful, you can trip and fall.
Right.
Yes.
And he said that to me a dozen times.
Obviously not enough.
But I didn't trip and fall going into it or out of it. I tripped and fall before I even got to it.
I can trip over a yellow line in a parking lot that's painted.
Oh, something sheet.
But and I have. Like, legit.
Oh my God. I'm with you. And I'm not a klutz. But at the same time, like, so when we went to my son's boot camp graduation, I was walking, and you know the big pillars at bases that come out of the ground? So I'm walking, and the crowd is, and I think this was actually my nephew's graduation, which was like a few weeks before my son's. And we're walking back, and my foot just went right into, because they didn't have the pill, and down I went, and everybody rushes over because there's all these Marine families. Everybody's rushing over, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here! Everybody, just get me up.
Stand me up and
I'm
back
already so embarrassed because there's 1,000 people there that just watched me eat dust.
My junior prom had to be there early. We had like scheduled times to have our pictures made. Had to be there early to have my picture made. Nowhere near prom starting. Got there, had my picture made, walked out from getting my picture made, straight, skin tight, straight dress, fell down, split it up past my ass. me and a friend jumped in the car, went to the local Walgreens, bought some bobby pins, went into the bathroom, and I pinned the dress up.
Safety pins
no
or
one
bobby
knew.
pins?
Safety pins. Sorry, nobody knew. Like the people I would tell, but no one knew. I had like 200 safety pins down the back of my dress.
Hey, you fixed it.
I did.
Yeah.
That is a Greta go boom because I am resilient about going boom. Like
I fold like a lawn chair and pop right back up.
Me too.
My husband
right
makes
back
fun of
up
it all the time.
Yeah.
She made it hard in the garage once. and she, which hand was it? And then she, was it this hand? And she couldn't. What was it? Was this finger?
It was this. I tore
say-
I tore a ligament in this thumb, and then I broke a couple
She
bone.
says
A couple.
scar, but
Yeah,
for the longest time, she couldn't bend her finger.
I couldn't.
And
I
she could,
can't bend this one
right?
anymore.
So every time she'd come around, she'd do something. She would like put her hand down, and we're like, "What you pointing at, Mom? What you pointing at?"
Oh.
And she's like, "Shut up! Leave me alone."
Shut up.
Mine are double jointed, so like I can't point at anything.
My son was born with his finger goes like this.
We're
Your
both
finger.
like-
My son's finger is like
She's-
this, but it's fused this way
Ew.
from birth. Like he cannot. All he can bend is this top part. He can't bend and for whatever reason, I don't know why. Do you guys have it too? When somebody has something wrong with them and they show you, like it bothers you, like you can feel it. Like
You're
like
like,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that kind. I no.
That's
don't-
making me get the icks.
Yeah, don't
I get the icks.
don't
And
show
then
me that.
This one is broke. This one I broke.
Oh, so it's-
I can point at something and underline it at the same time.
That's
yeah.
how this one is. 'cause
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
So
point
my
and
husband's
underline.
got busted hands. He
Yeah.
can barely hold a pen.
It works really well if you're
But,
like standing in front of
you
the
know.
blackboard or something. You know, like.
Well, if
yeah.
we're gonna get into scars, I'm gonna win.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not
Oh, I think
Have you
maybe
seen the
not.
two on my ankle?
I don't know.
Oh, I think maybe not.
Yeah, she's got some good ones.
I got
alright.
some good ones on my ankle.
I don't know. I've
fused.
got scars galore.
You got like a billion of them in
Oh,
your
I've got.
Roboni,
Oh yeah,
and
I've got my robe. Oh, that story's funny.
that was so
Okay.
funny.
Her youngest was like 6 years old when I had my knee replacement done. And they were living in Colorado at the time, and we had gone to stay with my son for my recuperation. Because at the time, we had sold our big house in Colorado, and we moved into our RV, and we were it's called work camping. We were traveling the country doing campgrounds. But when I was going to have my knee done, I couldn't get up the steps into the motorhome. So we moved in with my son for a bit. Okay, so I'm home from the hospital. She's coming over with the boys to visit Nana. I can hear her as they're coming in from the garage. She's lecturing the boys. Now remember, Nana's right knee. She got a new knee. Don't go near Nana's right side.
does
Go
a
on
good
her
job.
left side. She's like
That's not what I
lecturing.
sound like.
Go on the left
That's not what I
side.
sound like.
Do not go on Nana's right side. Go for. I can hear this all the way, and I'm like, it's okay. So they come
Pretty
in.
sure it
Miles,
sounded just like that.
Maybe.
Miles,
Such a princess voice.
Miles comes up and he says, 6 years old, mind you. He says, Nana, can I see your new knee? And I looked at her and I said, you think he'd be all right with that? And said, yeah. So I pulled up my sweatpant leg.
Did you have the drain still in?
No, I never had drains for my knee.
Okay.
Drains are a whole nother story, are they not?
I don't want to get into it.
Drains are a whole nother story.
I don't want to tell that
But
story. That was
anyway.
gross.
If Amanda thinks it's gross, y'all just do that on the day I'm out, okay? Just go
Yeah,
say.
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's funny.
And it's funny. Okay, so anyway, so I pulled up my sweatpant leg, and I took the dressing, and I kind of moved it aside. And I mean, really, all you can see is like a big old incision with a. and
Was
he
it
looks at
staples or stitches?
It was stitches.
Okay.
I think it was stitches.
He goes,
I don't remember. Anyway,
I had enough surgeries, but I know I prefer staples.
he
Me
he
too.
got this
he goes,
really disappointed look on his face.
was
He
like-
looked at it. He's like, and I said, "What's the matter, honey?" He said, "Well, I thought you were gonna have like this really cool knee that could like do stuff like."
Like
you
a-
said you were
like-
getting a rubber knee.
Like
a rubber knee. I was
He's
gonna
So he was thinking like a prosthetic. Yeah.
shoot lasers and do all that. But you want to talk about drains?
Oh, it's not that gross. It's kind of funny.
It's not that
It's pretty
gross.
fun. It's more
If
funny.
you
I promise.
understand,
It's okay.
when I had my
Second one.
my
First
second
one.
one,
Which one was it? One of them. I don't know.
you know what? I think it was the first one.
I don't know.
Anyway, I had with breast cancer. I had drains in. Okay, well, they're a whole issue in and among themselves. We won't even go there, Greta. We won't even go there.
When they pulled mine out from my
However-
gallbladder, I remember.
Yeah, but I'll bet you your gallbladder one was not very long.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it went all the way to the tip of my toe.
Because mine were really, really long. When they pulled that sucker out, it was like, "Are you done yet? Are you?" Anyway,
They keep
So-
going and
and
going
going.
and
The
going.
poor little nurse, I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. The poor little nurse, when she pulled that out, like, I think like I kind of like screamed, but like I didn't do anything. And she was like, oh, you were very nice about that. Most people are worse. And I was like, bless your heart that is like that I was nice about that, because I think I like kicked my other foot. Like I wasn't like calm, and I was like, do people usually hit you? I mean, like this girl's job must be horrible that
I have been hit. I have been hit putting in or taking out a catheter.
Yeah.
So what happened
Bad
was
job.
her husband, that Christmas, we were decorating the Christmas tree. Okay. And so what they did, they put me...
This man lives on sarcasm.
In a supervisory position. So they set me in a chair, and I was to sit there and tell where to put stuff. Okay.
Manager.
Okay. So
Mama
she decided...
That's called a director in our world.
Manager.
That's called a director in our world.
A manager.
So she's going to sit next to me. Okay. So we're telling her and my Steve and my husband where to put stuff. And Steve said, I'm putting that damn drain on this Christmas tree. He said, I have heard so much of the damn drain. So he was going to put the drain on the Christmas tree. And I'm like, we're not putting the drain on the Christmas tree. But he got so... move it to the left. No. He looked at us and he says, I think it's before you guys were married, because he says, you gross women are giving me an aneurysm.
Oh, so the funny thing is, like, some people do get really grossed out very easily from descriptions of things and whatnots, and my husband and I. So remember, my husband was a firefighter.
I did.
And
You do, but your friends-
a EMT.
Hang on, I'm sorry. Let me interrupt for a second. Your friend showed me those pictures of her leg. Remember when she got run over by...
Yes,
and
Lisa.
She was like, she
yes.
kinda
The
showed me,
reindeer?
and then she was like, and I was like, oh no, let me see that. That's nasty.
Yeah,
I want
like,
to see.
yeah.
And she's like, really? And she was like, here you go. And I was like, oh man, that's really gross. What is that right there, over there, and in
She
there?
was inspecting this.
I was
But this
like,
is
"This is
Friday
cool."
night.
She was like,
yeah.
So my
friend is
my
weird.
husband and I have been. I've seen a little bit more maybe than him on some of the accidents, but both of us have seen a lot. Doesn't bother us a bit. I mean, I can go to a buffet and go like, "Wow, that kind of looks like that guy that was at the accident scene the other day. Kind of looks like his."
And I'm gonna be beside you, going, "Hush! I want to eat that.
But
I want to eat that."
But
yes.
it depends on what it is. Like body parts and internal body parts do not bother me. But I do not want you to talk about texture, color, or consistency of anything that came out of somebody's ass. That will make me sicker than shit, and I'm not going to eat it. Literally shit. I'm not going. We were watching something the other night, and it was somebody working on the RVs or whatever, doing the conversions and stuff. And he went into way too much detail on how the black tank or the composting or this thing works.
black tank and the gray tank.
Right as I'm eating, and I'm like, and Steve's watching me, and it took so much for me to get it out of. Can you stop it, please? Like, turn that off. And I finally just put my plate aside. I said, I can't even eat anymore. He's like, but gross stuff doesn't bother you. I'm like, yeah, we could talk about brains all day long, and we could talk about how these bloody brains look like, spaghetti.
We talk about poop a lot.
And I would eat that. Talking about poop is one thing, but he was getting a little too deep into it.
His adjectives were a little much.
I'm eating broccoli beef that's kind of mushy and brown and black, and I'm like,
corn? When did I eat corn?
yeah. That's so funny, because I don't think I think every human being on the planet has got to do it and then look at their reward. Like,
Like, oh, that was a good one. Man, no wonder I feel better.
no wonder I had a tummy ache.
No,
No wonder I can't tell you the times I've thought that. No
my
wonder I had a
God.
tummy ache.
Have you weighed yourself before you pooped and then weighed yourself after you pooped to see the difference?
Oh, I need to do that.
I do that like every time I poop, and sometimes I gain weight pooping.
Oh, yeah, I have done that.
I don't understand. It makes
either.
no sense to
Like
me.
how?
No, because
Like
you just
ounces,
took stuff
but
out of
still.
your body.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like you
Maybe
should
air?
you should have
air
lost at
should weigh.
least some
ounce?
kind of
You
weight.
usually it's like 3 to 7 ounces that you lose, or for me anyway. But sometimes I gain like 2 ounces.
I've done that too. I don't understand.
I don't understand
Like, I
either.
don't know, did I,
My
like,
husband's like,
swallow
no,
air
it's just
or
the what do you weigh yourself on?
The scale
The
is
scale
off
is
a little
off,
bit
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, it's just not good enough. It's
It
not
didn't
a great
recalibrate
scale.
well enough. You're
And I'm
not
like,
in the exact
"Ah."
same spot. So we have a smart scale, and my husband keeps he knows exactly what his progress is on his phone on the app,
I'll do that.
and he's like, well, because I'll tell him, okay, and for whatever reason, I have a really hard time, probably because of my medical issues, to lose weight because it's not eating. I even went to a doctor a couple of years ago. I was like, you know what? I'll just do like the gastric bypass or the band or something. And I see all these success ones, I don't want to do like an Ozempic. I don't want to do a shot because I don't need that. Like I don't eat. I really, really don't eat. I'm really bad about it. I have alarms on my phone to eat because I forget to eat. I don't like food. I am not a foodie. I have never been a foodie. I don't get cravings. So somebody please explain this to me because I don't get it.
I've had many people say to me, they're like, you don't overeat, like you don't eat
Oh, I
a
can
lot.
put some
No.
food
Like,
away. I can totally put
yeah.
some food
Well, I
away.
mean, like Thursday,
don't,
I
but I
will.
can.
Like,
I
I love
can.
food.
like you give me all of these carbs, and I'm gonna eat like Thursday, I will.
Oh, yeah.
But
if
but
we're going to
typically-
do anything, I always say, "Are we going to eat? Are we going to go eat? Because I need to eat." Hey, there's a ladybug.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm sorry.
I'm not a
Miles
huge
would have a
eater.
heart attack.
I'm just never have been a huge eater. It's just not who I am, and I don't like a lot of weird things like that normal people. I don't like pizza really much.
I'm not really
I
a
don't like
foodie, right?
ice cream. I don't like fast food at all. I
Oh, I can put her hurting on some Taco Bell.
I
yeah, you
hurting me
you guys
later,
remember
but-
what I said when we were on our trip? We were so hungry. I mean, I'll get hungry, but it's usually like a day and a half of not eating before I'm hungry. And we hadn't eaten since dinner the night before, then up at 2, drive to Nashville, take the plane, da-da-da. By this time, it was like 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, and we're starving. And I'm like, okay, let's go to Taco Bell. And I said I devoured that shit like a whore bathing in a holy water, hoping to get saved.
It
Yeah.
hits differently when you're starving to death.
Yes,
That's true.
Or
drunk.
every
That
yeah,
was my-
yeah.
that was.
Some Waffle House when you're drunk is great.
Waffle House, Denny's, hell yeah.
But I'm just not a
used to be
foodie.
when Shoney's had the
Oh, Shoney's
when
was
they
so
had the
good.
whole buffet.
Oh, I was so
That
excited when
that
we
works
moved here,
Great
and I
for me too because I can avoid the eggs and I don't have to have a whole discussion with the waitress.
why you want when we first moved here and I saw the big old Shoney's sign, I was so excited, and then we drove by it and I was like, oh.
What is the deal with that?
Supposedly, the guy who owns it, he's just going to sit on it till he gets the price he wants.
I've heard
Really?
that.
'Cause
I've
it's
heard
been-
that he wants a lot more
But
than
he'll
it's
get.
worth.
But he knows.
So he's just gonna sit on
I
it.
He
Yeah.
knows somebody's going to come in eventually.
Somebody will eventually give him what he wants because it is prime real estate where it's at.
It really is.
But now the
really
weirdest
is.
property-
You know, he would do
In
really
Athens?
well if he would just open a Shoney's again.
Yeah, yeah.
real.
It's the
Exactly.
store behind Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that gas
That's the
station?
weirdest one. Like they keep the grass mowed. They keep it very,
What's the
very
building
neat.
behind
Yeah,
you?
what is that?
It's a gas station.
What's behind the gas station? I
Oh, I
saw
don't know.
ambulance there the other day.
But they probably live.
There's
I
not
think
an
they live
ambulance
there
around
because
here.
they'll come out and scream at you if you park in that parking lot
They
to go
do,
to Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
They keep it very clean, very like the parking lot's pristine.
The Chick-fil-A.
I
But
heard
the gas tanks do not work.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I
Like-
heard that place
bizarre.
got shut down for drug dealing.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I've
That's
never
what
heard
had
that. I don't know. But it looks like it's a gas station.
Yeah, I legit
It's
pulled
not.
in there to get gas before, and it
Yeah.
We'll
very
drive by there, I'll show
disappointed.
you.
That's the weirdest place in Athens. That goes past the Shoney's that looks kind of
I'll show you
open.
the
They're
Shoney's
used
school
to
house
it.
now.
They've kind of let the property go on that. But
Yeah,
they
the
did,
Shoney's looks pretty.
Yeah, they did
pretty
used to
run
keep
down
that.
now.
See, now that can backfire on him. Because if it gets run down enough, then it can
No,
be
but-
condemned.
yeah.
One,
It'll be condemned,
and the county
they
can
won't-
take
they'll
it away.
it, and then nobody will get it.
And nobody will get that'll be demolished,
Yeah.
and then the building ain't worth shit. So
Well, whoever comes in is probably going to tear that whole
I
building
mean, it
down.
Probably.
It depends on a lot of factors, but
Yeah.
like my dad did that. My dad had his shop, and the city of Lake Tahoe was buying all the buildings on. It's called Shop Street, ironically, but they bought everything on that street for the city
Yeah.
buildings. And my dad was right in the middle, and he held out. And my dad had I don't remember how many bays, like 5 or 6 bays. He had a acid pit. So like if you're cleaning motors off, they go in the acid pit. Not a lot of shops actually own their own acid pit.
True.
We had what we called the engine graveyard out back, where all the bad engines went. And he had the drive-in pit for the lift. So they had the steps to go down underneath the vehicles to do work. And then he had the other ones. And he had big machines. He had one, I don't know how much this damn thing cost, a lot of money. But literally you could melt an engine block down to the core metals.
Amanda, you would enjoy
And
that.
get
Right.
out of all the other yeah, I don't know what it does to plastic, but
I think Amanda would be fine with metal too.
You'd probably have to put a few baby dolls in there, but he could put enough in there to build a new engine block, and then put it in the bore machine and bore it out and make a brand new engine, or at least repair a engine. So a lot of very expensive tools and parts. So when he finally settled for the amount of money he actually wanted, which was way more than they were willing to pay, and then they came in and took over, and they called him up and they're like, something's wrong with this was our contract. And he said, no, you need to read that closer. And they're like, yeah, it was supposed to come with all the equipment. And he said, no, it says anything permanently bolted to the floor. I left you the acid pit and I left you the pit.
Yeah.
All the other shit went with me because they were not bolted down permanently to the floor.
Straight.
And I left you the parts house and the office and the apartment upstairs. Like,
Yes.
you got all that.
Yeah.
Read the fine print, people.
Yeah.
Read the fine print.
Read it all.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know how we got on that tangent.
Shoney's guy.
Like I'm
Shoney's
Shoney's guy.
well, I don't know how we ever
can keep
get on
track.
half of the things
I
that
know.
we get
I
on.
don't know. We
Like-
just
And I don't know.
Snowball.
Are we changing our thing from squirrel to ladybug?
I don't know, but it's sitting up there and
see
I'm watching
Ladybug.
it. Yeah.
It was over there yesterday.
It was
So
over there
we-
yesterday.
we-
It flies around.
We
and
do
then-
have an issue. We did last year.
Welcome
So
to
do we.
Alabama. Welcome to
with
Alabama.
with our exchange daughter, who weirdly she's terrified of ladybugs.
My youngest is terrified.
She couldn't stand them.
Why?
I
And
don't
for
know.
whatever reason, this is in the basement.
He's 14.
That's where they
I
tend
don't
to
know.
get.
Down, and this whole place was filled. I mean, everywhere you looked was ladybugs. Ladybugs. So we looked up, like, what can we do to get rid of the ladybugs? We couldn't. We found some things to buy. No, we found the solution, and it's so easy. You take a little bowl with water,
Yeah.
put some Dawn soap in the water, put a light right over the top of the water.
Works for gnats also.
It
Yeah.
works for gnats
and
too.
fleas.
And stink
And
bugs.
And stink bugs. Don't squish those
you
bitches.
turn the lights off when
squish.
she's gone at school or whatever, and that only that one light is on. There's no light down here unless we have lights on, and they all migrate to the light. And you come in, and the whole thing's full of ladybugs, and you take them out and toss it and get the new ones. And we never had a ladybug problem anymore. And I see, since we have one or two, I guess at night I'm going to have to put my little bowl of
We only
soapy
have one
water.
or two, and we're not afraid of them. They're okay.
I don't
Well,
mind them.
I like
as
them.
long as it doesn't become like dozens.
Yes.
You know, if it starts being a lot of
there's only,
ladybugs.
like, one, maybe two that he has seen in his room, and he will call me, Mom, please come save me. I'm terrified. Please
Oh no,
stop, Mom, please.
she came and got us one time, and I came down here, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a problem.
Yeah, they can be a
'Cause
problem.
there
and,
ha-
and they like dark. Like you said, it's dark down here. They like dark areas.
that first bowl had to have had like 50
Oh wow.
or more
Yeah.
ladybugs in it. Like there was no room left in that bowl on the top of the bowl.
Yeah.
They were stacked on top of each other. And I was like, yeah, okay, this is a problem.
This is gross. We're
This
gonna
is
fix
gross.
this.
We've got to do something about the ladybug problem. You know, I mean, and now granted, I am like, you know, at least they're not spiders.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I'd rather
So I'm like,
have a
no,
lot
no,
of
it's
ladybugs.
okay. It's okay. It's just one right now.
Yeah, it's one or two.
There's 4
is
I
like-
can see.
Or, okay.
Well, there's one right here. Yeah, okay,
There's 2 right there.
okay.
on
we
the
need
inside.
to stop now.
Yes.
The ladybug has turned into no one else
Then
can
there's
see
another
this
one
but
there.
us. And there's one over there.
Here's a moth.
We're gonna do the hey. How many ladybugs can you spot today?
Fine, Waldo.
Oh God, how do we do this? I don't even know.
Okay,
Hey,
the thing that I'm terrified of, like ladybugs, is hummingbirds.
What?
Terrified.
Why?
They are flying needles. They are flying needles towards my eye. Yeah.
what are they?
Hummingbirds.
Hummingbirds. Okay.
They're little.
Do they come at you?
Yes. Yes.
man.
Do they
Bugs.
actually come at you, or do,
Or do
you
you
just
think
think that
they're
they're
coming
coming
at
at you?
Like when you look and it's right here, I don't know, but that happens to me a lot.
Do they think you're a flower?
I guess so. A precious
love
flower.
you.
I don't know. Like
What do you spray yourself with?
at my apartment?
Is it hummingbird juice?
No,
Sugar water.
Like my favorite
I
thing is
thought
like
this
a,
attracted the boys. and
yeah.
it
My
attracted-
favorite thing's a sea salt body spray that I have. So no, but like when I lived in my apartment, the lady next to me had a whole bunch of.
Okay,
Of
hold
them-
on, Greta.
I'm sorry.
You have to share now.
She hit herself with her
No,
mic.
I scared myself. I was looking and I don't know. I saw it and I went,
I thought you hit yourself, and that's why you jumped.
scared myself. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God!
It just scared. I don't know why it scared me.
So you know how in my kitchen I have that one door right by the kitchen.
You have a lot of doors.
Yeah, how many?
I
how
have
many
a lot
doors
of
in
doors.
the
I have a
house?
lot of doors. So
The
I
back door, the side door,
the side
Your
door.
kitchen has at least 4.
the side door
5.
going out to this porch right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, it's because I'm pointing the wrong
The
way.
one we came
this
in
door right here.
when she was gone.
So
Yes.
I
It didn't break.
I
What-
got the milk out of the fridge and I was walking over to the counter and I went like
Saw
that.
yourself.
And Steve was like, what was
What was that?
did you have a seizure? Like, what happened? And I'm like, no, I saw the milk in the window and I thought there was a person there. And he's like, okay, Jethro.
I
And
tell
I was-
him all the time, I'm like, that is you, stupid.
Yeah.
Cash, that is you.
That's
You
why
said-
Steve said, okay, Jethro, because Jethro will charge the door barking at
Yes.
it. And I'm like, that's you, idiot. I just scared myself. I have the milk in my hand. Like, do you think the strange man coming through the door is carrying you milk?
It's bringing you more milk. Yeah.
I heard you wanted milk.
Yeah.
There you
Here
go.
you go.
I'm so sorry.
That's so fun. Anyway,
sorry.
do you remember what you were saying?
Hummingbird.
The lady that lived beside me when I lived in my apartment, she did have some hummingbird feeders, and they would come to my porch and come at me all the time. But they also do it on my front porch now that I have, and there's no hummingbird feeders anywhere near me.
Oh, so they just are attracted
They
to you.
just like you.
Well, we have a family of cardinals that live in our tree right
These are
over
visitors.
here. We have a family, like the babies, the mama, the daddy.
those are
We have a whole family of cardinals that are birthing and living in our trees. And I have an absolute
Redbirds
rule-
appear
I-
when angels are near.
Exactly. Well, and we've nicknamed one of them Tovik because Steve's dad's name's Tom. My dad's name's Vic. So we nicknamed him Tovik because that cardinal on a daily basis plows into our window every single day,
Good morning.
multiple times a day,
He's just saying good morning.
mostly when Steve and I are home together.
They
And
do
he
that a
will
lot.
sit on the windowsill to get our attention, and he will bang on there until we.
Oh, no.
And I have multiple times been like, just one of these times, I want to just open the window. That way, he can just come flying through it, and he can go tell his whole family. See, I told you I could get it open one of these days. But
You've watched Ghost way too much.
yeah, apparently. So I have, I've told some small stories about Kristen, and I have that candle right by my door.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I walk by, say good morning, Kristen, and it's off, and then I'll
walk
come back
back.
5 seconds later, and it's now turned on. So I'm like, I don't know. So I have this bracelet that I wear for her, and it's Morse code for "See You in Heaven," and so I the Cardinals is a thing. Like,
Not next Tuesday.
Not next
yeah,
Tuesday.
not see you
We
next
will not
Tuesday.
see you next
But
Tuesday.
it's really cool because we have those Cardinals. So I have a 100% anti-disruptive of the nestings. If I see a nest and I hear or know about you disturbing a nest, I will come at you.
Oh yeah.
I'm the same.
Because those are for their babies. I don't even care if it's an old nest because they will take over an old nest.
Yeah.
Yes.
They will dismantle an old nest and use it to make a new nest. But if you look on my front porch, every single one of those things has a nest in it. And underneath this porch, there's nests. There's nests all over the
I
place.
did move one this year, but the ones that were in it had pushed it. That I was worried about the birds that were in it. I didn't bother it, but once the birds were gone, I moved it because it was questionable. It was
Right.
not going to
It
be
was-
able to be reused.
It would not
Yeah.
be, but you removed it for their safety,
Yes,
not for
yes.
because I hate animals and I hate because I have seen people. They're like, oh no, I get rid of those because
No.
the birds are a pest.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you
Let them poop.
if you
That's all
go
they
up
do.
on my if you go up on my porch, there's not a ton of bird poop everywhere. There's sometimes on the railings I'll have to clean that off. Mostly it's like dried leaves and debris. Like I looked outside when I went out to get the delivery this morning, and I was like, yeah, it's starting to look a little haunty out here. I think we need to like clean the debris off the driveway and off our entry, and it's looking a little. But we always come out the back. Like I hardly ever go to the front and see.
He was
what my
afraid
front
of.
looks
He's
like.
afraid of your front steps because the
leaves
leaves
move.
the leaves are on the steps
and they make noise.
and they move. So as he's going up, they go back. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he was always kind of like,
He's like much happier coming up through the back.
Yes,
well, Alicia
yes.
still wants to be the odd man out because she still.
I
comes
don't
to the front.
conform.
it's so much easier to get out.
Don't tell me to go to the other side. Well, all my friends use the back.
Do they now?
Yeah, all my friends, all of our friends and family
go
and
in
people that
the
we know,
back.
they come. They all go in the back.
What color
door.
loofah is that?
I think that's black or no. I think that's the teal one.
It's a multicolored
That's
one.
a
I don't like it.
That's the rainbow one.
Is that the rainbow one? I don't know. It's kind of creepy,
Brown.
but
If they go in the back, it might be brown.
That's gross.
Alicia's like, see, I'm still not your friend.
Weird when you say it's gross.
She's like, I think that just cemented that I will always be coming in the front door.
Did you hear me? I said, I feel like I win when she says that's gross. I'm like,
Yes. Yeah.
Done.
When you can get Amanda to go, ooh, can we change the subject?
I
it's
don't get
kind of
grossed
a
out by very much. but-
win.
kind of a win. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right? I don't get grossed out. No.
I don't know. I could probably gross you out on a few.
I'm
things.
good. Y'all can do that on day I'm not
We
here.
can try another day.
Yeah.
I'd rather care.
Well, now it is time for our ending here.
Okay.
I know we went kind of off the subject and off the topic of Thanksgiving, but it is Thanksgiving. And I want to say, outside of the normal, hey, what are you thankful for things? We're going to end this with a little thank you from all of us to to all of you for watching us
Yes.
and
Yeah.
helping us to
Absolutely.
build our show, build our program. We will be here until we all just say fuck it and we don't want to
I don't want
be
to play
around
anymore.
each other anymore. But I mean, we all get along really well. I think this is a really cool show. Yes, we squirrel. No, we will not stay on topic. If that's what you're here
we could
coming
try, but
for.
it ain't never gonna happen.
And,
But
know,
if you have a topic you want us to discuss, squirrel it in our chat. Like,
Absolutely.
yes.
And
Yeah.
if you want us to stay on topic, you need to tell us to stay on topic.
Go back to that.
if you ask questions while we're talking
Yes.
about that, it will bring us back to the
Absolutely.
topic.
Yes.
This is true. This is true.
And
Yep.
and we do try to do that, but we get off the we
Yeah.
rabbit hole around. But we quite often, if we are actually talking about something, we will rabbit our way back
We will.
Yeah.
to
will
it
keep
Through
track
the
of it.
holes.
through the whole. But tell me
Through
that
the tunnels.
anyone who really has good abilities to listen as well as talk, tell me they don't do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, unless you have a speech, most people are going to go off topic
Squirrel.
a little bit or squirrel around.
Squirrel hard.
As long as you can come back to it. And, we're thankful for each other. Having this little show here is I think it's really cool. It gives
is.
us that.
Yeah, I'm
that
thankful for new friends.
yeah,
Because,
yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty new to town, so
Well, and it gives us a way for,
And you met a couple people through me the other night.
I did.
Yes,
Yes,
we
absolutely.
met downtown and
yes.
yeah, because she is our local girl. So if you want
If I need
to
anything, I ask Greta.
know what's happening,
what's happenings in the town.
then
Yes.
she's the one to find out from. And if you ever come to town and you
Yeah.
wanna
Oh,
hang
if
out
you ever
with
come
us,
to town, you tell us.
let
We'll
us
take you
know.
around.
If you're tall and have a beard and broad shouldered in a male, that would probably be better. Too. But I said a beard, but I mean, I guess you do have to say that.
you don't have to have the beard.
You don't have
As
to.
long
just
as you can
lost.
grow facial hair.
It's not a necessity, but
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did my TikTok say today? You show up at the grocery store and you know what you're looking for, but then you find that delicious bad for you thing, and you're going to get it every time.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Something like
Sometimes-
that. It was a little more organized, but yeah.
And you sometimes you only need a taste of that.
I just need a little taste, and then I'll go back to my,
Sometimes,
my salad.
well, with with my current situation, I just have to look.
I look. I do. We all look.
I look
We
and
both
go, that looks really great. That looks tasty. I am now to
Send
the
it my way.
age also that I look at that and go, that looks exhausting.
That does look exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm too tired for that.
Yeah, and I'm definitely too
Stick with my-
tired for
my
the
hamburger.
training. I'm not down
Oh,
for the training.
I can't start training again.
No.
I don't want any of
I
that.
sure do. We'll help you train.
I don't want it. I'm 53. Like they should be trained.
They
if
better
they're
be trained.
Like,
Oh,
You better be trained if you're going to get with Greta because
they should be right.
No.
you would think. but
I
they're
hate
not.
to tell you
Well,
this.
somewhat. Like
No.
they've probably already been married, so somebody's already gave them a little bit of training. They may
It could be
forget it, and I might have to
exact
slap it
opposite
back
of
in
yours,
it.
though.
If they
It
happen to
could be exact
Yeah, I might have to
opposite.
slap it back in them a little, but not slap.
well, they might like
Maybe
that.
slap.
I think this 30 seconds went way beyond
I
the
think
30.
we need to cut it off before we go too far.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah, happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Have
Happy
a glass of
Thanksgiving.
wine and
Or don't.
and
Yeah.
have a great
Ooh,
day.
cider's
And if you have any issues and you're sad or depressed or you're alone, reach out to your community because there probably is somebody that's feeling the same thing as you.
Yes.
And if you are a veteran or you are an active duty service member and you are serving somewhere in this country or overseas right now away from your family, know that we love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for all
you.
that you are doing to keep us safe and
We-
for us to
yes.
have a
Yes.
Absolutely.
a home to be able to celebrate with our friends and family.
Yes.
I want to thank you and appreciate you.
And if you can't reach out to them, reach out to us because we're
Yeah.
here.
We are here. Yes.
Yeah. And you can watch us anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we'll make you
Yes.
giggle.
Make sure to
I
like,
like that.
follow,
We'll make
and
you giggle.
subscribe. Yeah, we make you wonder, what the fuck are they talking about?
That's what you need to get your mind off
know.
of what's
Yeah.
going on.
You know, you will spend more time trying to figure out what we're talking about that you'll forget what you were depressed about.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
And we will send you a big hug.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Well, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.